Good morning. Welcome to Victorious Christian Living. I'm going to talk from the book of James today. There's a lot of really good stuff in there. I'm going to talk about worldliness, and there's kind of a kicker in the middle there, so hopefully you'll stay for the whole thing. Before that, would you please subscribe, like, thumbs up, something so that other people will be encouraged to watch not just my video but other videos, because it's important, because we're trying to get the word out about God before the end. And I do believe that the end times are coming. Whether they come now or 100 years from now, we're still one day closer. So let's bring as many people with us as we can. So James is talking about worldliness, and there's a lot of interesting things. So let's start with James 4:1. What causes quarrels and what causes fights among you? He's talking to the Christians, and he's wanting to know why they're fighting amongst themselves. Is it not this, that your passions are at war within you? And that happens in the world. We see all these wonderful things out there. We see all these commercials. We see people having fun and drinking and laughing and having sex and whatever. And our passions are at war within us. And it's a difficult time. You covet and cannot obtain, so you fight and you quarrel. And then he goes on to say, do you not know, this is in James 4:4, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Therefore, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. So, if you don't choose God, or if you are continuing to go out and do the things of the world and then go to church on Sunday, you are an enemy of God, because anyone who's out with the world and really loving the things of the world is an enemy of God. Now here is the thing that I want you to hear. We know a verse in here, we know it quite well, and the verse is in the middle of verse 7. It's resist the devil and he will flee from you. Now, get this. The beginning of verse 7 is submit yourself therefore to God. And this isn't even, this is a new sentence, but it's in the same verse. So we have submit yourself therefore to God, resist the devil and he will flee from you. And then right after that, in verse 8, sandwiched, the other side of the sandwich, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. Now, we have picked out that middle sentence, resist the devil and he will flee from you. Okay, that's not the whole story. The whole story is submit yourself therefore to God, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. And it goes on, cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Be wretched and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to gloom. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will exalt you. Now, in the middle of all of that drawing closer to God and humbling yourself and submitting yourself to God and being near and cleansing your hands and your heart and all of that, in the middle of that is one little sentence, resist the devil and he will flee from you. So, it does not stand alone. We cannot just think, okay, I'm going to resist that and he'll flee. He's not going to flee. He's not going to flee. Not until you have submitted yourself, therefore, to God. Draw near to God and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Because that's what we are. We're double-minded. And it's hard. It's so hard in this world to not be double-minded. But I have to remind you again, if you're sinning, you can ask for forgiveness and God will forgive you. But if you know in your head and in your heart that you're going to continue to do that sin, that doesn't work. God is not mocked. God can't be fooled. He knows that you are fully intending to continue on as part of the world, which is enmity with God. Whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. So if you're sinning, ask for forgiveness, God will forgive you. But you've got to do your utmost to draw near to Him, to cleanse your heart, to resist the devil, and to not sin again. You have to intend to not sin again. You cannot continue. And I know I keep bringing this up, but if you're living with someone and you're not married, that's adultery. If you're dating and sleeping with people that you date, that's adultery. That's sexual immorality. That's a sin. And if you continue in that, if you continue and know that you're going to continue in that, you're an enemy of God. And I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. And if you want to live a victorious Christian life, then you have to draw near to God, cleanse your heart, submit to Him in all things, resist the devil, and not be an enemy of God. I love you. God bless.